Welcome back, degenerates. You guys know I'm a sucker for metal digital watches, so it was only a matter of time until I got my hands on one of these Casio A1100s. It's a cool little watch that looks good, and that's about it. But as a basic bitch, I like it a lot. If performance is what you're looking for, you will probably be disappointed. MSRP is $135, so I'm not even gonna try and convince you that it's a logical purchase. Casio has this weird business model where if they make any of their digital watches with metal cases, it has to be 5 times more expensive. With that said, as stupid as this may sound, I personally would rather overpay for metal than underpay for plastic resin. And until I ever manufacture my own watches, I'm gonna continue to do so like the degenerate watch cuck that I am. But that's enough on price. You're either okay with it or not. I don't care. The quality, at least superficially, is great. In person, there's a pleasing heft to it that helps create the illusion of a premium watch. It's not heavy, just satisfyingly dense. I enjoy the fit and finish, which is decorated just enough to complement the overall straightforward look. The vertical brushing on the case, the radial brushing on the pushers, and the retro-style 5-piece bracelet all work together to tickle that mouth-breathing watch nerd inside of all of us. Long story short, it looks good. The feature set is very basic. Nothing you haven't already seen from any generic Casio since the 90s. You've got main time, an alarm with hourly chime, a stopwatch, a calendar, and a LED backlight. Here's what the alarm sounds like. It'll sound off for 20 seconds before automatically stopping, or you can manually turn it off before then by pressing any button. The stopwatch only measures up to an hour, so that can be a negative depending on what you need the watch for, if necessity is even applicable at this point. Battery life is rated for 3 years, so I think it's safe to assume you'll realistically see more than 5, but I gotta tell you, a 3-year rating is still pretty abysmal. It's 2024, Casio. How the fuck are you gonna give us 10-year batteries in the early 2000s and then downgrade 20 years later? Come on people, work with me here. Water resistance is also less than ideal, being limited to hand washing only. I get that it's not a dive watch, but how hard could it have been to at least given it a 5-bar rating? But you know what? The short battery life and low water resistance rating aren't what bothers me the most here. Out of all of these shortcomings, the thing that makes me almost want to toss this watch in the trash is the fact that it doesn't offer 24-hour time. I'm forced to read off time in either AM or PM like some godless heathen, and it was almost enough to make me want to return it. If I didn't find this watch purely as entertaining, and if this wasn't anything more than just a shamelessly fun addition to my metal digital watch sub-collection, then I would have tossed this watch. There'd really be no motivating factor for me to keep it. So you're probably thinking that I'm an idiot for still liking it, and I wouldn't disagree with you. But what are you gonna do? If everything had to make sense in a logical, performance-based way, then life would be pretty boring. We might as well just slap a pocket pussy on a supercomputer and call it good. Personally, I still think it adds value to my collection, and what it lacks in performance, it makes up for in character, or at least as much character an inanimate object can have. To that end, it kind of is the very definition of a luxury watch, so you can go ahead and call me fancy. But that's all I got for now. Stay classy. I sure as hell won't.